connecting to your boxers. Is it truly important, or we just say it because it's cool to say it? Let's break it down together. Welcome to you all boxing coaches. My name is Gabriele Martelli and this is my channel Gabriele Martelli, and you are listening right now to No Coaches, No Boxing, the podcast. So if you like what you're about to hear, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to never miss a notification for my next videos, tips, and lectures. Wow, yeah. But first of all, before I walk you into the topic, which today is another very interesting one, let's go and enjoy some music, because if you are following me, you know that I love this music. Yeah. Woo! No Coaches, No Boxing, the podcast. For you all boxing coaches, this is the place where you can find all the information, development, lectures, tips, someone that can understand you and fight for you. Here we go. Fantastic. Let's go straight away into today's topic. So, connecting to our boxers. Is it truly important, or we just say it because it's cool to say it? I connect to my boxer, but then it's not really happening. So, first of all, I think that to analyze it, we need to focus on two main points: the why and how. First, we need to understand why it's so important to connect to our boxers. So, before understanding, let's talk about what is our purpose, what we want to achieve with this boxer individually. Okay, so if it's just something that stays in the gym to have some fun, to have some growing up physically and mentally, learning for a lifestyle what is about boxing, and then it's finishing there. But if you want to achieve competitions and fight, and so a learn journey with your boxer, then the life of your boxer depends on you, coach. Yes, safety of the boxer is our first rule for all the coaches all over the world. Now, so if we have this kind of journey in our mind for that specific boxer, then we need to consider how to connect on a different level, on a higher level. The why is because if it is referring to what I want to achieve, and if I want to achieve a long boxing journey connected to his career and winning tournaments, fighting all over the world, then we need to make sure that whatever we say is understood from our boxers and executed exactly as we say and when we say it. That's the way to protect our boxers as best as possible. So, let's see. The why is because we need our boxers to understand our commands, to execute with a perfect timing our commands. And this also creates trust between the boxer and the coach. I need to trust my boxer, knowing that he or she will do exactly as I say, no matter the situation. So this will make me feel relaxed, that I know that I will have no external problem influencing this connection, meaning that no matter what's happening in the ring, my boxer will stay connected and focused. So if the fight will be in a very difficult moment, I will know that I can count on the attention, focus, and execution of my boxer, especially when he's struggling. That's where it's very important, because Yes, when we are winning, sometimes, okay, maybe the boxer is not really listening to you, coach, but then it wins. And then, okay, so, okay, good, good. But then when you really notice this, when loses and didn't listen to one word that you were saying, and then you get scared because, hey, maybe next time can get hurt. You don't want this. Not a lot of people truly understand how we feel as coaches, because we feel responsible. We feel that, everything happening there is because of us. So we have this responsibility, and it's very important that everyone around us understand that we are aware of what we're doing. And this is why, if we say so, it's important to do so, because this is for the safety of the boxer, and for you, boxer, to understand this is for your safety, and first, and then also to win the fight, not to lose the fight. So it's important that the boxer is connected to you, because to enter this ring and then to exactly doing all the things prepared in the fight, in the gym, executing perfectly, listening to the timing, listening to the change also strategy. Because sometimes as boxers, if you also coach, where you were a boxer, as I do, you can understand that sometimes we want to go with our brain, even if it's not working. Then the more it's not working, the more we want to do, and we don't want to listen to anybody. So if we know this is why we need to use this kind of experiences and try to transform it in something better with our boxers, to try to avoid this kind of situation, understanding that these kind of situations will happen. So we say, okay, I know that this is part of the game. How can I deal with it before will happen? So the moment this situation will present itself, we will be ready to tackle it and overcome it. Make sense? I think it does. So, the moment you prepare your boxer is the why you are preparing. Now we know why. We know why because we want the boxer to be ready to recognize our voice, to be trusty trusting what he or she is hearing from our voice, the execution, even when they think that they are scared to do what we are saying, because maybe we are in a difficult position in that specific moment. But it's there when we really need them to trust, because then if they trust us, and no matter what, they will execute exactly as we say, then the outcome will be great. And also with that, you will grow trust even bigger, because once a boxer will trust you in the ring and the outcome is positive, doing exactly as you ask, then we start, wow, all right, all right, all right, all right. You got this. You got this. And then they start to understand. This is what we need to create. So it's important that voice recognition, because when we are in a fight, remember, it's not just us talking. There is hundreds and sometimes thousands of people in screaming loudly, and it's impossible to be heard from the boxers clearly. This is why it's important that in any conditions we train so good that our boxers will always recognize and hear our voice between all this chaos. It's a matter of training, and that's where we go into the how. If now the why is clear, coaches, let's move it into the how. Yeah, how to connect on a different level. As anything in boxing and sport, this is a process, a very important process, but this is not a short process. This is a long process. We need a lot of repetitions, a lot of work. It's a big build up where you constantly teach and train your boxer to react to your voice and commands. Let's think. that any kind of training should be done this way. And most of it is important that when you are building this kind of, let's say, habit of recognition and trust and hearing, you don't have to have the eyes of your boxers focus on you. The boxer need to focus on what is doing, what he or she is doing, and listening to you, and correct, execute, and do it. Okay, this is very important, because yes, sometimes when we are explaining technique or strategies, fight plans, of course we are it's like face to face, we are talking, we are explaining, and we need that kind of attention. But in this case that we are building the voice recognition and hearing and trust, we need to make sure that this is done in the gym. And how can we do that if not training in the same conditions our boxers, to be sure that the outcome will be great? So let's say I give you some examples. Then of course you will find out whatever you need with your own style and create, and modify. As always I say, remember, a good coach is the one that is, no, let me rephrase it. There is the coach that copy. Then there is a great coach who steals the great ideas, because recognizes great ideas, steal them, then start, working on it, reshape it, bam, and then it's new. It's part of you. This is important. So take what I'm saying, then work it out and make it yours, your own way. But I will give you some tips just to help you to go through this process. Let's say you are doing bag, okay? Of course, with the pads, it's not the same because you are face to face, so it's not something that you can train for the voice recognition, because there is also the visual recognition in that case, so it's not the same. Let's say you are behind your boxer and you give him or her, you give all the instructions, and has to execute and react very quickly as much as possible. And you can do this also during, a very crowded moment of the training in the gym, where everyone wow is working, there is a lot of noise. So that's a very good, moment to train this kind of skill. Then let's say when you do the sparring, of course, sparring, couple technique or couple workout, anything you're doing, or you're doing, like preparation for let me, one second, coaches, that I just noticed something. I will fix it straight away. All right. I didn't want to, to stop recording, because you know that I don't need to stop, but I noticed that the battery was going was going down. Or I saved the ship. All right, let me go back there. So even if you're doing some like physical preparation, so all these kind of opportunities, when the boxer doesn't have to look in your eyes but execute and listening, and he's not seeing you at all, that's a great way to create and build up this kind of skills, which is recognition of the voice of the coach, trust, and execution on a perfect timing. Boom. Here we go. What do you think? So, this is very important, because you need to create automatism. So let's say when you say, wait, now, bam, and then it goes, because we know that from outside, we see a lot of, we see the timing, we see the moments, we see the opportunities, and we see it better, because we have, we are behind, and we have the full picture, because we see our boxer and we see the opponent. So for us, it's easier to recognize everything, the movement from different angles. So that's why we need to build this. And coaches, if you manage to build this kind of connection with your boxers, you will have a lot of good results and you will enjoy even more your job. Trust me on this. All right, for today, I think it's enough. I think we did very, very, very good. What do you think? Don't forget ever, please, to drop your comments. Let me know what do you think about these tips and if you need some help. And also, if there is any particular topic that you would love me to address and develop for you in one of my next videos. And here we go. As always, I want to leave you with my musichetta, as I call it, and No Coaches, No Boxing podcast for all the boxing coaches all over the world. Yeah, I truly love my job, coaches. I love to be here for you all. I love to help you in any ways as possible. Boom!